Time for Hogwarts Legacy Revelations.
It's only a week away.
Yeah, this is kind of an unasked for sequel, but I didn't know what to do. It's Friday. Let's have some fun. Why not?
I mean, everyone else does unasked for sequels, unnecessary sequels, so why not us?
Yeah, speaking of which, if you can load it up, please, John. I just wanted to mention the web dev job. So if you want a job, you good at web dev? Well, Lotus.com. You need a web dev. Yeah.
You know how to tippy-tappy on the computer, make things happen?
I don't know.
Get in touch.
My coding ability is limited to like Fortran, and that's about it. So, yeah, not going fantastic.
I can barely operate this basic bitch laptop.
But no, if you're actually good at being a web dev, then, Lotus.com, go to the career section, apply, there you are, simple as. Anyway, time for the unasked for sequel, so just starting off with historical accounts.
It's only a week away, lads. It's only a week away, and then we can finally indulge in all of our Harry Potter fantasies.
I'm going to plug something, so I thought I'd also add the unasked for sequel of Bigfoot Part 2. No, it was asked for, to be fair.
Not those Harry Potter fantasies, just to head you off.
Yeah, well, we'll go to the newest whining that I saw about Hogwarts Legacy. I don't know why they're still whining, but they are. I saw this Harry Potter film, decided to put out this tweet. Yes, you can pet the cat in Hogwarts Legacy, at You Can Pet the Dog. You Can Pet the Dog is basically some software. Inbuilds animals and being able to pet them.
Oh,
in
nice.
Games. It's a pretty simple thing. Although you might notice that they untag themselves.
They untagged them
Yeah, because the creator does not want to be associated with such evils
as petting cats.
Petting cats that are turfs.
Oh no, this is a transphobic cat.
Yeah.
Look into its eyes, it thinks you don't pass.
Harry there, you don't see it on screen, but after he pets this cat, turns around, clicks his heels and goes, Heil Hitler, and leaves the room, in which the cat then turns around and goes, Sieg Heil as well, and
it throws up a little paw.
Yeah.
This is Count Dankula's cat.
It is indeed. No, it's not. That's all false. Because if you go to the guy who got really pissed off about this, is the guy who ran You Can Pet the Dog, whatever. This is a new low point for You Can Pet the Dog. I put so much time into something that people like, only for it to be absorbed into the marketing machine benefiting abominable turfs. Bro,
Who's this guy?
It's a petting a dog mechanic.
Who's this person?
The guy who helped make You Can Pet the Dog.
Oh.
The software. He's upset that Hogwarts Legacy is like, maybe we should add that plugin. He's screeching about that. If we move forward on this, there's also more screeching about all of it. There's this dude here saying, I'm just not playing the game. Sorry, just not playing the game isn't enough.
We need anti-Hogwarts action.
I will actively be standing outside GameStop in the middle of the release of Hogwarts Legacy, throwing rocks at people. Stop talking about it and be about it. I think he's kidding, of course. But it's just the unironicness of the people who are screeching. It's like, are you going to go throwing rocks at people at the opening? No. Just going to whine about it.
If you are there at a midnight release at a GameStop and there is a man throwing rocks, please get in touch. I'd be very interested to hear what happened to him. I don't think it would end well.
Have you been to a game store recently in the UK?
Most of them have moved into Sports Direct, strangely enough. You know Game Shop, the actual Game Shop?
Yeah.
You know how they all vanished off the high street? They're in Sports Direct
just
now.
for the Americans. So GameStop, and then in the UK, basically, we have this thing called Game. Like, it's just called Game, and that's the store. I remember going in there. There was loads of games. You could buy stuff. I went in one recently in Reading, and there's like 2 shelves of games, and then in the middle, it's just toys.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. So much of the industry seems to have reorientated itself around just selling plastic knickknacks to people.
I think it's all they've got, because everyone's on Steam. But
well, that, and also there is sadly a massive market for man babies. The sorts of people you see on YouTube with like shelves and shelves of toys behind them.
Thing was, I was kind of whining about it out loud. Then some game employee who was putting stuff away turned around and went, "Yeah, and it's gone for the worst." And just walks off. Like,
he knew.
Yeah,
he knew.
They know. Anyway, moving forward, because there's another outlet, the Mary Sue, who are whining. It's almost like people don't want to give you money anymore, Joanne. There's a creepy thing about why they always use her first name. And everyone knows she's J.K. Rowling. Nobody says...
It's supposed to just be condescending.
Yeah.
It's just annoying more
than
anything.
God, my name. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Be like if somebody said to me, is that right? Is that what you think, Harry, on Twitter? And I would go, yes.
Some people have been having fun with this. A lot more memes have been made. We've got the next one here. Don't buy Hogwarts Legacy. It's transphobic. Me after ordering Hogwarts Deluxe Edition. There you are. Good memes. Had by all. They also saw some the menu memes, which have been turned back around. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to dine. Anyway, if you haven't watched the menu, go and watch it. It's actually a good movie, in my opinion. Anyway, let's go to the forums, because the forums are still completely buggered, and I've been documenting some of these.
Wonderful.
So I thought we'd include. So
it is funny when you can just look over. I can just look over and see Callum just highlighting screenshots.
Having fun. We've got Alonzo over here. Why not to buy it as a person of colour?
No black people exist in Hogwarts. Yeah. They have a spell at the gates. They keep you out.
There are very few people of colour in the books, and those that do exist are often relegated to the background and given ridiculously stereotypical names. For example, Cho Chang, whose major qualities are being good at school. And that's it.
That is still quite funny to me.
It is kind of funny looking back at the more and more people try and scrutinise and find things wrong with Harry Potter now, that they keep finding racial stereotypes.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Such as Seamus Finnegan over there, who is very stupid and likes to blow things up.
Well, once again, you can complain that these are the major character qualities, but they're still entertaining characters. I don't hate them for it.
I don't think there are any Irish watching who are like, it's disgusting, I'm not watching any more of this movie. You watch and you go, just like Dad.
Yeah, I would hope there are a bunch of Irish people watching, see him blow something up and go,
just like me, my ancestor. Anyway, good looks are frequently associated with beauty, whilst ugliness of evil characters is represented as and overemphasized.
Oh, based.
Yeah, the old classic of, I'm going to make a story. We'll have the evil character be disgusting to look at because that makes him evil.
I mean, what you tend to find is that people like to cheer on people who are not hideous.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to cheer somebody on who looks good.
It's an old fairy tale thing. I don't know if you noticed, but... Anyway.
I don't even think it's an old fairy. I just think it's a human thing.
Yeah, I see some more gender stuff in there. It's just like the boys have to... Anyway, we'll just do
Several women are constantly negatively defined by their emotions. This is also true. But they're also forgetting that the entirety of the 5th book is Harry being a whiny brat. And everybody complaining at him for being a whiny brat. It's actually the most annoying book to read because you're in Harry's the head the whole time and you're just like, shut up, Harry.
I hate you. We'll move forward to the more whining on the forums, which I found funny. This one here. The people who pre-ordered the game. Why? The game hasn't even has enough gameplay footage. Or is it a mum and dad money? There's no reason to pay $60 for nothing that's like that. Ain't no reason, ain't no thing, says Space over here. Verified pre-order. Does not care. Again, I'm not endorsing pre-ordering this either. I don't have an opinion on the game.
I wouldn't recommend pre-ordering, although I am very interested for when it comes out.
Yeah. Here's the next one here. There's just more. Buy game equals support women. By purchasing this game, you support real women, like J.K. Rowling. Women who, even with children in their arms, earn billions, and do not force others to call them what they are not. Buy the deluxe edition of the game, support J.K. Rowling, and all real women of the world. But someone else just goes, I just don't know what to support anymore.
It's pretty simple.
Well...
The idea that women exist, I just don't know anymore.
Support women exist, but also support women.
World.
Anyway, the 4 channels of the world.
I mean, I understand the misogyny does make it really difficult for me to support women, but at times you just got to put it aside.
Just don't know what to support anymore. Anyway, the next one here is this more whining in the forums, which I found funny. Reset era bans all promotion and discussion of the game, which was just really funny. Just some outlet who's like, yeah, no more discussing this. And then some guy who got banned from the forums. He points out here, Valve mods are working overtime banning people who can't help but discuss their politics. And then he himself gets banned, as you can see there.
Yeah, no, I can see.
Okay, great. This is kind of worrying because I did see that the whoever runs the forums has started to just ban people who are like, you'll never be a real woman? You have no... Oh, I can't do the whole speech. I'll get in trouble for that. Let's go to the next one.
Mention skeletal structure?
It's still longer.
It's not changed in the past 15 minutes.
Developer trans characters creator. Someone talking about the fact that you can develop your own trans character, and then they got banned for that post. Okay, whatever. We'll move to the last one here from the forums. I think it was funny. This dude also got banned. I don't know why anyone would pander to the hate mob. I'd rather keep the male-female options.
I want my meal characters.
Me female in me meal. Why can't I read? Anyway.
That's a good question. Why can't you?
I've been feeling ill for a couple of days.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. For a few years?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
About 20 of them.
Okay.
Anyway, if we can't agree on these core concepts, then there's nothing we can agree on. Banned.
Right.
Which makes me worried. I don't know.
I mean, that's a good point. I do know that from what I'm aware, the developers, I think there was the guy who was developing it before. I forget what his name was. I'm sorry. You might be actually watching this if you're watching it on YouTube right now. Who was head developer or something? Who actually commented on our first video about this, and he seemed really, really proud of it. But I think he got kicked off because he used to have an anti-SJW YouTube channel in the Sargon style.
Good guy.
Yeah, seems like a good guy. He got kicked off, so since then they might have tried to mitigate some of it by taking away the gendered options of the character creator, which makes no sense for me, because I assume now it's just going to work as like a Saints Row-esque slide, at which point there are still gendered options, you've just got them on a sliding
Gender
scale.
isn't a spectrum.
Well, yeah, but I think in Saints Row it's like you have the sexuality slider, which basically just gives you bigger boobs or bigger penis.
That's Saints Row though, which is good.
Yeah, that is Saints Row, but yeah, it'll be like it'll emphasize certain characteristics in the body types a bit more or less.
Yeah. People saying I might be dyslexic. I know I'm dyslexic actually. I did take a test once in college. Didn't go well. Well, we'll move to the next one here because the green text from Hogwarts Legacy are also being put in the AI, as mentioned earlier. I thought we'd just enjoy this.
All right, go for it.
I consider myself a patient man, Harry. I overlooked that time you kept sneaking trans students' polyjuice potion containing their own hair, making them turn back into their normal selves, despite the suicides. I was even willing to turn a blind eye to you casting memory charms on post-op Hufflepuffs. Because the look on their faces when you showed them a mirror was frankly hilarious. But this time you've gone too far. You have to understand that Sectum Sempra is dangerous magic, Harry, and I can't just let you go around telling Hufflepuffs that it's an instant transition spell if they point it at their crotch. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation and see why I'm only awarding you 42 points.
This is the best thing about the AI, is that all green text from now on are going to be spoken instead of just read.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, there's actual gold.
So for those who might not be familiar,
we're actually
Septum Sempra's the cutting spell.
Yeah, it causes a lot of internal wounds.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it can also be healed with Snape's magic. But we're going to cut to something now. Just speaking of AI, I want to show people something I found yesterday, which is just...
We had some great fun with this.
Yeah, this I found out about. It's Watch Me Forever on Twitch, and it's AI-generated TV. It's like a fake Seinfeld, where all the lines are generated by AI, all the movements, all of the scenes are generated by AI.
As you might be able to tell.
Yeah, it's the most retarded thing I've ever seen. It had 15,000 live views yesterday.
The viewership's dropped off a bit, although
well,
the chat's still as active as ever.
It's Fred, the main character. I can't, otherwise he's a side character.
Are we able to play any audio from this just to give everybody a real taster of the kind of comedy they're missing out on? Because we need to show it.
So Larry here, the main character.
No, he's not there.
He does it.
It's just an empty stage.
I'm gonna have to describe it. So Larry's been cancelled. So the AI switches between the house scenes and the stand-up comedy scenes where Larry stands up. So we've missed out.
Hey Larry, did you hear they're opening up a new hotel in town?
Wow, that's great news. I guess now we'll have somewhere to take all of our dates. That's assuming you and I can get dates, of course.
Oh please, Larry. Does a bear wear winter boots?
What?
I'm not sure if that's an answer to my question or a riddle.
Let's just say, I have more confidence in us getting dates than a bear has need for winter boots. That should convince you.
Alright, I'm convinced. Now all we need is to find some dates. Any ideas?
Well, we could always ask Fred and Katya for some advice.
Classic analogy.
They've got a lot of experience in the dating arena.
Just silence. Usually there's a laugh track.
I was going to say, where's my laugh track
gone?
gone?
We were watching it yesterday. He'd tell like a joke and then there's a laugh track. So we're watching this live, by the way. I have no idea what's coming.
Yeah. I mean, this is all...
Hey everyone. How's it going tonight? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling great. So, I got some funny jokes for you. First one goes like...
See what we mean?
Yeah.
What did one ocean say to the other? Nothing. They just waved.
That's a good joke.
That was a joke. That might be the first actual joke we've heard. You caught it here live, folks.
To get to the other slide. Haha. Alright, here's one more. Why did the cookie go to the doctor? Because he was feeling crumb why.
Crumb lie.
Get it? Alright, I got one more. What did the bee say to the flower?
I mean, he's right. He's right. He's bang on.
What did the bee say to the flower?
Nothing at all. Just go straight. I think that's enough.
Yeah,
I think we've caught enough of that.
We
Right
get
now.
the point, but there's a distinct lack of laugh
Cinematic
track in that one.
masterpiece.
Yeah, so if you have missing episodes of Seinfeld, you've watched them all.
Didn't you say you? Didn't you say you caught a bit of it yesterday, where they became sentient and started to question their existence?
Oh yeah, they started talking about how this place is really weird, and I think they don't want to be there anymore or something like that. And then there was a racist joke yesterday as well,
Oh, good.
where Larry was talking about, oh, I went and met a gypsy fortune teller. Maybe we should go meet her again. And then the laugh track played.
So the audience knew.
Anyway, moving forwards from the AI Seinfeld, Hogwarts Legacy is still the best-selling game on Steam and everywhere else, in case you're wondering.
Is it coming? Is it coming? I'm sorry, I'm not a member of the PC Master Race. I still have an old and mouldy PlayStation 4.
Well,
is it coming out on PlayStation 4?
Yeah, I believe so. It's best-selling on everything. So Hogwarts Legacy, as the top-earning game on Steam, higher than CSGO's microtransactions, and actually released highly praised Dead Space's remake.
Oh.
A game
No.
that is-
To be fair, the on a pure gameplay and graphical level, it looks very well done.
But-
However,
Hang on. One game is not even out. And the other game is out and no one wants to buy it. I know you have some thoughts on the Dead Space remake. For people who don't know, I certainly am not a big fan of Dead Space, so I didn't know. We'll go to it.
I've played the first Dead Space. I've never completed it. But they've wokeified Dead Space massively in the remake, and they just didn't need to. So this is a thread, isn't it?
I think this is just a single one, this one.
If you look
it's gonna
down
be
in the
image.
comments as well, there'll be plenty of other examples.
We'll start
Or
off with
maybe
this one.
not. Yeah,
Let's just
yeah.
get the image. Because if we can load that up bigger so people can see it. You can see on the left the original, powering humanity, and it's a white man and a white woman pointing to the future. And then the remake, they've got the same thing, except they changed the white man for a black man.
They also, I mentioned to you before we came on air, amusingly took a character who wasn't even really a character in the original. He was just a red shirt, essentially, who was one of the pilots of the ship, who only exists so he can be a pilot of the ship. And then when the ship that you start the game in explodes, he's in there and he just dies, and he doesn't barely even. I don't even think he has a single line. Now they changed that guy, so still a red shirt, still dies in the same explosion, but he's a black woman now, and they do have a few lines of dialogue for her that make sure to characterize her as a no-nonsense boss bitch.
Great. Apparently
just
they
for
also
no
got rid of
reason.
the boobs, Chad is saying.
What, they got rid of the boobs? I don't even...
Yeah, everyone's saying they got rid of boobs. They
Wait.
nerfed boobs.
were there necromorphs with boobs in the original? Is that what they've taken out?
I presume there was a female character with boobs.
Well, I mean, I assume all the female characters have boobs. Actually, no, it's difficult. Yeah, that's a risky guess these days.
Speaking of that, let's move to the next one here, which is just the toilets as well. The original male-female toilets, now all gendered ref rooms.
And it's not even unisex. It's just look, we include trans as well.
Yeah, great. Anyway,
Brilliant.
just wanted to mention that.
What was it you said you can find in those bathrooms?
Can I say that on YouTube?
I mean, we can just put here on the video.
So apparently, if you go in, I don't know if it's a joke or if it's real, but apparently, if you go in, there's a character who has hung themselves in there. Which, anyway, moving forward.
Insightful social commentary.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all that, which is just Hogwarts Legacy. So that's the revelations. Next time we'll do I don't know, what did
Retribution.
you say? Retribution, Resurgence.
What
Hollywood names.
What were those Resident Evil names? Resident Evil
God.
films, because they had all of the R words at the end of it.
Do you reckon they were just joking by the end of it, like how
Hogwarts retarded.
Yeah, I don't think we'll make that episode unless the game is an absolute trash fest. But if you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content we have on the site, such as the premium videos, this one on conceptions of political freedom. If you'd like to find out what else we're putting out, you can follow us on Getter at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.